Welcome to Wordpath, the show about Oklahoma Indian languages and the people who are teaching and preserving them. Tonight we visit a Euchee class in eastern Oklahoma. Euchee is a language which is, as far as we know, unrelated to any other language. It has very few speakers, probably 15 or less total. And yet there are a lot of language activities going on among Euchees. Classes for children, classes for adults, master-apprentice study teams, grammar analysis, and more. The tape we will see shows speakers Josephine Bigler and Henry Washburn meeting around the dining room table in a weekly class with students Greg Bigler, Millie Bigler, and Mary Lynn. Greg Bigler is an attorney and president of the Oklahoma Native Language Association. He's also Josephine Bigler's son. Millie is his 8-year-old daughter. Mary Lynn is a linguist from the University of Kansas at Lawrence. This is a different kind of language class than we've ever shown before. Its purpose is not to teach fluency as such, but rather to confirm, document, and refine a detailed analysis of how the language works. This in turn will inform other language activities. Let's take a look.
Oh,
Then I'll go with you.
pattern.
Ne zedito lete.
And say dito lete.
Ne zedito lete. Ne zedito lete.
Can I go with him?
Ne.
Nah. Like nah. No. Like no. Nah.
Ne zedito lete.
So the or
You've been doing it in with the squiggly E and the nasal marker.
I had the Oh, right here. And say dito lete.
Late.
What's the date do?
Can. Late.
Go with you. Lete.
The way is
Say
that
dito. Lete. Can we go with you?
And we go with you. No, zedito lete. No, zedito lete. No. Can we go with you? No, zedito lete. No, it catches all.
Non-zeta lete?
Catches us or we.
How about non-zeta no dolete?
No, zedito lete. No.
What about that no in there?
No, well, it'll be all right. No, zedito lete.
What about non-ze no? The late. No.
I just have to speak it the best way I know how.
So just about that.
No, zedito lete. No.
Well, what's it? Non-dito.
Can we go with you?
Non-dite song.
Oh, let's see.
Non-fate
I'll
late.
go with you. You lost me here.
I think we're gonna see if this one can work out here.
Can we go with you? Can we go? Can we go with you? No, zedito lete.
What about?
No, zedito lete.
What non-dite
Oh,
song?
you can say
Not fun.
non di zedito lete. Non di us or we.
Non-di. What's that D song? Non-dite song. Non-fe. Late. Does that make any sense to you?
Can we go with you?
The middle one, the one just above it.
The second
non-di?
one?
Yeah. Non-dite song. Not fun.
Non di
No,
this
fe.
no fe lete. That
Yeah,
means
that's it.
can we go? That's it. Non di this no fe lete. Can we go to? Can we go to?
Oh, okay. It's a little bit different then.
Or you can leave the two off and say, can we go?
That descent is the two. The also.
Or you can make it a two.
The song kind of says
No.
also or two.
No zedito lete. No fe lete.
Late.
No di this no fe lete. That would be a lot
Non di-
better way of saying, no
non
di
di
this
no
no
fe
fe lete.
lete.
Yeah, no di this can we go with you? No di this no fe lete.
Non dit descend, non fait.
Yeah.
Lake day.
Yeah.
Can we go too is kind of what
Yeah.
that means.
That would be the best way of saying that.
Non fait.
Yeah.
Non
Non
fait
fait.
is kind of go.
Yeah, no, please go. Can we go with
And descend is like also or.
Yeah.
It could be, if you want a very short, non fait late day.
you? No, please.
Non fait lake day.
Mhm.
Go also.
Can we go with you?
Can we go with you?
Non D, non Z. What's the difference between non Z and non D?
Non-zay. 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 Are you? Devin is non-d, where is we? Non-zay. Non-zay. Which one is that? Non-zay. Did you say no? Related.
Can you say it, Millie?
What?
Non Z, do lake day. Non Z,
Non-zay de
do lake day.
Lazy.
Do lake day. Non Z, do lake day.
Non-zay de
Sound like.
No, straight to lazy.
Can we go
And we
to
go to
Golaha Walmart Hagerty? Then what do you say?
Hey, G, man.
Non Z, do lake day. Non Z,
Non-zay do
lake day.
late. Non-zay de late. How do you say that?
Yeah.
Say dito late day.
and Zadie to lazy.
All right.
Can I go with you? Can I go with you?
The Euchee language, although it's presently spoken by very few people, contains some very interesting variation. There are different geographical variants or dialects, and in addition there's gender-based variation having to do with cultural notions of respect and categories of gender, age, and Euchee versus non-Euchee people.
I'm going to your house. Nitsole Heligi.
The Polyagma
Nitsole Heligi. Ni means you.
needs a
Nitsole Heligi.
needs so.
Like if I was talking to her, I would say
TSO.
Nitsole
So
Heligi.
Now see, he says ne, netsole, and I says ne,
So like,
I say netsole.
Pretty subtle difference, but
Netsole,
hear it,
eh?
yeah.
I believe it's
But
the
it's
way
the same.
people's sound.
It means the
I've got no
Let's see,
sound
over in this
anyway,
area, William said
William
ne,
talked about that
and he says ne, and then we in this Polkit area says ne, netsole.
Well, that's still all right too. That sounds good.
it's one of the few
Nitsole.
differences, but
Nitsole, netsole.
that is
But
consistent.
neither of us is wrong.
Right.
We just say it differently. Ditsolehe asega.
He is coming to my house. Ditsolehe ahiga. That is not quite the correct way. I think we need to kick that around some.
I think this is another difference in
He
the
is coming. That's what
Bristow.
throws everything off. That coming there.
Big pond.
Big Pond versus the Sapulpa area.
Okay.
He is
And
coming.
the Hong versus Hang in this place.
Ditsolehe ahiga. He is coming to my house. Ditsolehe ahiga. I guess there was some words that are different, especially from the Duck Creek area. I don't know how much more I can say other than it's just different.
Are the
just a
differences
little
very
bit
large? Can everyone understand each other
I
okay?
just happened to
different. We can understand
have this
one.
right here. I wrote it down and But this is when we still had one of the Duck Creek ceremonial chief, and sometimes he came and sometimes the Kellerville ceremonial chief sat in on some of our classes, and they're both gone. But in the Polecat area, at the time we had our teacher, and she, my sister and I would often use the same form, and we were talking about a window, and we would say Shachip-E. Shachip-E.
Now, what area is that?
And then the other, Jim Skeeter said, Euchee.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
And the other form, and I don't know who said this, Yachipi.
Yachipi.
Yachipi. So there were 3 different words, but all referring to window. Shachipi, Euchee, and Yachipi.
Euchee. Euchee. There also was Sachip-E. Sachip-E.
Shachipi is what?
That means the wall had a hole in it. Hole in the wall, in other words, I guess. And then Euchee, which would mean a hole in the house. Euchee. Maybe back in those days there was just one hole in the house for a window. And down there, around the way we spoke it down there, Chachip-E. Chachip-E. Sachip-E. Euchee.
Yachipi.
Yachipi.
Hintitolete. Hintolete.
Can I go with her? Let's see.
Can I go with him? Hintitolete.
Can I go with him?
Gente dolete.
Hintitolete.
Indito lete. Indito lete.
That's the way the man talks. Hey, Dito. And the woman says, say. Say,
Indito
Dito.
lete. Women talk. Indito lete.
Like I'll be talking to you. I say, say, Dito lete. Can I go with you?
Nanjuchi. Waitito lete.
So if you want to go with me, you have to say,
Way
"Wait,
Dito.
lete."
Way Dito lete.
And if I want to go with you, I have to say, "Say dito lete."
Or your grandpa.
And then I'd say, "Wait dito lete."
No, that's around it.
Well, I guess, when we're talking, if you've grown up in it and hearing it, then it just comes, and you use the either the feminine form or the masculine form in your language to the Euchee person that speaks the language, so that you don't have to think about it, because it's just like knowing your English, and you use the form. But we find that people who have grown up with a feminine person, it's like grandmother or an auntie, or maybe just no father in the family. So if it's just women, we notice that some people, men especially, will have a tendency to use feminine form because that's what they've heard.
I don't think it's as complicated as I know that people have always saying, well, if there's a woman's talking, a man's talking, but when they don't already know the language, but that once you
How
start
big are
learning the
the
language, really the only difference is in the pronouns talking about him,
That's it.
basically. Or also say if a woman is talking about her dad or uncles in a you might say respectful or honorific form. So that, whereas if you're going to say him, a woman would say a, and a man would say hey or home. So that the pronouns is the different when you talk about a man.
So
But if you're talking, if the man and women say the same thing for a woman, you use the same form when you talk about a woman.
And then the women will use the plural form, the they form. That's the actual form of it to speak honorifically, or to show respect to older men in the family, or some families interpret it as older men outside of the family. So it's kind of formality has different interpretations in the family, but that's basically what it is. And then the men can use that plural form too, talking about their wives respectfully as well. So there are those differences.
So it's not a large number of differences, but they're things that come up frequently, so you really notice if it's not done right.
Yeah.
Right.
And like a lot of languages that use that respectful form when you're talking directly, like when I say you, it doesn't occur there. It's when you're talking about, when I'm saying she or him, that's where it occurs. So in a way that makes Euchee unique as well. It comes out in a little different ways.
But that's one of the things that's fun about the language too, is because I know that because all our speakers are older, it took us a long while after our classes began to start getting into some of that honorific form, because none of our speakers still had their moms and dads left around, so that respectful form wasn't in general everyday usage. So we didn't get that addressed, as opposed to me. They'd talk with each other and say and hone or whatever, but then to get them to say, oh yeah, that's right, if I had been talking to you about my husband who was Euchee, or about my dad who was here, then I would have used that form. But because they were gone, and there was, all those speakers had gotten to an age where they didn't have those older people left.
As I mentioned, this isn't the only Euchee language activity going on. Greg Bigler explains to us about some of the other aspects of the program.
Well, I guess that our class here has been going on kind of since about 89 or 90 in various forms, and this has just been a meeting at my mother's house here the past couple of years, year or two off and on, and that's more or less to just try and rework some of the materials that we've gathered together over the years, and try and put together a new book, rework a book to get it all down. And that's working with a couple of speakers, my mother, Josephine, and Henry. So that it gives us something to kind of work through and try and correct and recorrect. Every time we go through it, we change it. So it just takes its time to go through that. At one point, a few years back, when we had a few more of our speakers alive, we had meetings in one of the community offices, and had quite a few people coming, but unfortunately, several of those people have died or gotten sick, and we've kind of fell apart for a while there. Just, I think, probably maybe a mild depression or something like that from when William passed away, and Maggie being sick, and some of the others. But we wanted to just try and meet with a few of the people who really speak the language, and a couple of adults who could really sit and be a little more scholarly, academic about it, picking it apart, to try and go through this book. Although, like I say, my little daughter here is 8 years old, sitting in today, but really it's kind of hard for a younger person to sit through this type of technical picking apart of the language. But the idea is to get some written materials together that we can then use for people who are younger, older, whatever level. And that's separate from any other thing we might do for the kids class. I know there's been kids classes going on fairly regularly over the past few years. And Henry helps with those, or has helped in the past. I'm not sure what he's up to right now on that, but part of the Master Apprenticeship program that we've done off and on with my mother and Henry, we haven't done much of that lately, but at times we get pretty serious about it. And that's really what we've been doing.
How does the Master Apprentice program work? We did a show on this, but could you kind of give a little thumbnail sketch of what it means to do a Master Apprentice approach?
Well, the way we've done it at different levels is either very formal, where we have a timesheet and try to get in 15 to 20 hours per week, where I spend it with my mother or Henry or with Josephine Keith, and try to stay just in Euchee, visiting whatever we're doing, to a very not quite so structured, where simply when I go somewhere with my mother, that we talk Euchee, or she talks Euchee to me, and I try and respond as best I can. So that's not just whatever we happen to be doing, nothing formal, but just staying in the language with daily activities. At least that's what we've been doing. And Mary's been down here working on the formal grammar of the language, which helps us out a little bit with these things.
He has
Repeat
a
that
lot
after
of
me,
things to do.
Kala.
Which one are you reading?
It's
Last.
the last one.
Kala,
Atlae.
Kathla'a,
Gotlaneha.
Kotlaniha, Wahale,
Siona.
Sona.
Say that again, first one. I thought you said kala.
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 Kala,
Ka-a. Ka-a.
Kala.
Ka-ala.
Ka'ala,
Ka-a.
Ka'a,
Ka-a.
Ya'aha, Sla'a,
Gotlaneha.
Kotlaniha,
Wahale.
Wahale,
Siona.
Sona.
Siona.
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 Like some kind of French word or something.
Yeah,
Siona.
that's what that woman in Walmart thought that time. Thought Mom and Grandma and I were speaking French.
Siona.
Then when your dad tells it to you to quit bugging your mom, he'll say that she has a lot of things to do.
Zadie.
Like that plan.
Okay.
He has a lot of things to do. Same thing. I like that thing goes on there. Wahale hona.
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 I
With
like
some-
that thing goes on there. Wahale hona.
Would some say Hona? Hena?
Wahalehena.
Well, if it was henna, it would be more than one. This here is speaking of one person. And do you want to go? No, we'll see.
Agatlana. No.
He has a lot of things to do. It's probably me when one person. I like that thing goes on there. Wahale hona. Be one person. One person. Henna, you put henna on there. More,
See up
it's
there it
more than
said
one.
zona. That means
More than one.
me or I. Zona. Hona is E. Okay. Now the next one.
He came to my house.
Ditso lehe ahengaje. Ditso lehe ahengaje. He came to my house.
Adige.
Ahenga.
Ahinge.
They came.
If it's one person, ahenga. Like asiga. Ahonga would be more than one. Ahonga.
That'd be they came. And that could be plural.
It'd be more than just one. Ahonga.
I mean, that could be man or women.
Yeah, it could be more.
Yes.
But it's a man talking.
Yeah. And then the woman would say, Ditole he a sio ga je.
Ditso lehe.
Asiga. Ditsolehe asigaja.
Ditso lehe asigaje.
That's they came to my house.
She came to my house.
Ahonga.
How would you say they came to my house? How would you say that?
Ditsolehe ahongaja.
Now that would be a man talk. Ditso lehe aogaje.
Aoga. Would be more than one.
Well, we could say Ditso lehe le aogaje. Aoga. Aoga.
Aoga.
Ditole he a oga.
Yeah.
Now who would be saying that?
A woman.
For they. For they, it's the plural.
That's what a oga. And we'll go back to now. He came to my
Now we
house.
could kick these words around later.
Say this again.
Make sure we got them right.
He came to my house.
Now that's what I call real family values. A nice Euchee family and friends of the family sitting down together, jointly working so hard to try to preserve their heritage as far as the Euchee language is concerned. I think it's just wonderful. I think one of the most interesting things we learned about Euchee tonight was these many kinds of variation and how close they were to being lost forever, because we didn't still have a full Euchee-speaking community, just a few speakers here and there, and so some of those distinctions having to do with gender were in danger of being lost, and the fact that people weren't used to talking to their elders anymore because all of the remaining speakers were elders and they didn't have people who were elder than them. I thought that was extremely interesting, and I really appreciate the hard work that this group has done to try to uncover and preserve those kinds of distinctions that are a very important part of the language. So I'd like to congratulate the teachers and the students alike for all of their hard work, and I'd also like to thank them for allowing Wordpath to come and look in on their class. See you next time on Wordpath. I'm Alice Anderton, host of Wordpath. We feature the 24 languages spoken by Oklahoma Indian tribes.
Goigu hagiat all day no. Bai hang a dome.
Edi ambahata te de juigi le kamla. E ma le la tita non de wakis na kagio.
Ise kwasu. Ise tuka nai te kwasu.
Join us for more Golden Oldies, Monday and Wednesday evenings.
Na hene yo hene, na hene yo hene, ana magwana kita, wa pene manaoni kita. Na hene yo hene, na hene yo hene, ana magwana kita, wa pene manaoni kita. Na hene yo hene, na hene yo hene, ana magwana kita, wa pene manaoni kita. Na hene yo hene, na hene yo hene, ana magwana kita, wa pene manaoni kita. Na hene yo hene, na hene yo hene, ana magwana kita, wa pene manaoni kita. Na hene yo hene, na hene yo hene, ana magwana kita, wa pene manaoni.